I feel the washing liberal tears. As dreams dissolve and hope just clears. The unwashed masses pause and learn. Their hearts ablaze begin to burn. They cast their votes in hopeful lines, but now they face these troubled times. Kamala's name they spoke with pride. Now they face a changing tide. Cries of loss and shouts of rage, turning over a new page. In the field where dreams lay bare, hoping for a breath of air. To her as beacon bright, to guide them through the darkest night. But now with tears they walk the path, seeking solace in their wrath. The great unwashed, they'll find their way. In the end they'll seize the day. United by their common fight, they'll emerge into the light. Cries of loss and shouts of rage, turning over a new page. In the field where dreams lay bare, hoping for a breath of air. Turning over a new page. In the field where dreams lay bare, hoping for a breath of air.
It's Friday night and we're all in!
Welcome to my party, we're just getting started. A life is a dream or a nightmare scarring. Hand me a drink cause I think I'm going all in. Get me a shrink who can catch me when I'm falling. Cover up my scars, flip the handlebars, crashing in my car, wake up in a bar. I'll be a superstar, just on my avatar. This world is so bizarre, empty out the reservoir. Yeah, I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy, don't think I'll get home safe. So I'm taking 6 shots all straight to the face. I'm taking 6 shots, are you coming with me? I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy, don't think I'll get home safe. So I'm taking 6 shots all straight to the face. I'm taking 6 shots, are you coming with me? Sometimes you need to let loose, grab juice, get goose, tattoos, taboos, get screwed. Loosen up, buttercup, all those hate comments will never make you feel enough. We're all adequate graduates, heart full of calluses, but we know calculus. Damn, ain't that fabulous? Can't wait to apply all those mathematicus. But we can't get a job that pays us enough. I'm about to pop off. Fuck you, you're lost. We all know that we never really want a boss. So I'ma do what I want to, something I can't undo. Yeah, I'ma do what I want to, something I can't undo. I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy, don't think I'll get home say. So I'm taking 6 shots all straight to the face. I'm taking 6 shots, are you coming with me? I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy, don't think I'll get home safe. So I'm taking 6 shots all straight to the face. I'm taking 6 shots, are you coming with me?
Good evening and welcome back to another episode of All In. I hope you can hear us, I hope you can see us, because we are on a completely new setup because of something I did today. I'm not proud of it. It wasn't big, it wasn't clever. I deleted my boot drive on my PC. That's what 20 years of being an IT professional does to you. Ed. Good evening, Ed.
Good evening, John. I'm sure you haven't deleted the boot drive. It's probably just reassigned them in your BIOS.
Yes, so. Possibly, my old chap. But yeah, so loud and clear, Sarge says Shalini. Excellent. Good. And a little bit more from you, Ed. How are you feeling? I know you've been close to being waterboarded this week, and it's all part of life's rich tapestry, but. And it wasn't the CIA. It wasn't the CIA.
To be honest, I was quite happy with life's tapestry before all this nonsense. But I shouldn't have smoked so much in my life. I'm having to kind of pay the piper, and so this week I had an endobronchial ultrasound.
Oh, that sounds like
is
shit.
One of the most horrific experiences of my entire life thus far. And it was literally I've never actually been waterboarded, just for the record, but when I think about what waterboarding must feel like, I think it's probably very much like an endobronchial ultrasound.
Hey, I'm not going to argue with you. I've never had one of those, and I don't wish to. I think, been close to being waterboarded because there was so much rain once on the motorbike travelling down to the ferry, and I had an open face helmet with a buff, and it got so wet that I was actually having to physically tense myself to be able to breathe out against the force of water that was getting forced down my throat. Was it like that, except worse?
Well, they were washing samples off, so they had to inject some syringes of fluid into my lungs.
Oh God!
And then they washed the area of interest, and then suck up the fluid to take it to be analysed.
Yeah, okay. I think we'll move on, and let's move on to the chat room. So, good evening, Shalini, Julie C, Espresso Mechanic, Ray, who is in some foreign clime, I think, maybe Ireland. I'm not sure. Dreadeye and Julie. Who else we got? David Nolan, Nectaridis, Paul Armstrong. Good evening. We're only on horizontal tonight. Because I had to completely do this in a couple of hours, basically, this afternoon. Although David says I sound fantastic, which is good because I put a bit of effort into my audio. Couldn't do the same thing for Ed because we didn't come in until 22.
That was the time that I was told to come on.
I know. I'm only kidding.
Fuck's sake.
You sound fine anyway. What I did do is I gave Ed a bit of colour. I stopped him being the grey man because he always looks dead grey, so I've actually given him a bit of saturation. I think we're quite balanced. If not, let me know, and I'll see what we can do. But
that's because I haven't got the normal colourful shirt on, because...
Yeah.
I'm sorry, audience. I just couldn't be bothered this evening.
There you go. David Nolan says Ed sounds grand. He says I sound grand. Chris, how do, mate? I don't know. Have we met Chris before? If you're new, welcome. If I've seen you before, then I'm sorry. John usually sounds deeper. Aye, well, that's because it depends. Look at the state of me as well. Because before the show, I was white. I didn't turn the saturation up. I just turned the gamma up slightly to give you some slightly better colour. But look at the state of me. I am so red, and it's just the heat in here. Oh, right. It's Mush. I don't know who Mush is, but don't know why it's changed. But anyway, whatever. I'm sure I'll find out who you are. Right, okay, let's move on, Ed. Where are we today? We didn't quite get Trump and Putin meeting done last time because they were kind of at it. So they had the meeting and nothing changed in my view. Yours?
No, I didn't see anything concrete coming out of that apart from the usual hot air and the usual ignoring of Russia's key demands and the usual European nonsense with them just trying to steamroller over it and keep the whole thing going.
Yeah.
But I mean, no, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what they talked about behind the scenes in terms of trade-related stuff. I'm sure there was plenty of things that were discussed, but I mean, nothing that one might call groundbreaking.
Yeah, no, I don't think there was anything groundbreaking at all, mate. And I think judging by the tone of it, I think Trump got a bit of a history lesson from Mr. Putin, a la Tucker.
I don't doubt it.
Because he came out of it completely not asking for a ceasefire anymore and saying, we don't need a ceasefire, we just need peace.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it does look like in front of the headmaster and that, and they are in effect. They are in effect,
yeah, pretty
they?
much. Yeah.
They've been told what's to happen, not being consulted. That's where you go. If your boss calls you into his office and you sit in front of him at his desk, he's telling you. He's not asking you, he's telling you. If he calls a meeting and everybody's sitting around the table in the conference room, yeah, that's a discussion. That's not a discussion. That's a telling. They're all getting a talking to. But so
I think Putin probably also gave Trump a hefty dose of reality in terms of, look, this is where we're at. These are the forces we've got. This is what the Ukrainian casualties are. This is what our casualties are, and we're not going to stop. So
yeah, and you're 100% right. And you know what? I think Trump, he shoots himself in the foot every freaking time because it was probably a very good meeting he had with Putin, and he set the scene for more and for mutual respect. Okay, because they haven't spoke to each other for ages. So I think the scene was set for mutual respect, and they could move on from there. And what does he go and do? He goes and starts posting stupid pictures on things like Trump social, or whatever he calls it, his social media, right? Of him pretending to poke Putin, and he obviously did that deliberately so he could compare that to Nixon poking Khrushchev. Now you got to remember, Khrushchev was a drunk and wasn't interested in anything, and Nixon got away with it. That, looking at Trump,
wasn't it Khrushchev that gave Crimea to Ukraine or something?
Yeah, I think it might have been. No, was that not Gorbachev? No, maybe I'm wrong. But anyway, Khrushchev wasn't really interested. I'm sure like to read this will keep us right in the chat. But doing that to Putin is not a good idea. I mean, you can look at Putin there, and he's basically saying, "I can shoot you from Moscow, Mr. Trump."
Oh dear. Yeah, I mean, a lot of it is.
It was Khrushchev.
Trump grandstanding to his audience.
Yeah, exactly. Grandstanding. And I don't think it's a great idea. And it's not a good optic for the world. Trump thinks it's a great optic for him and he's, back home and all that. But when the world sees that, Putin goes, this, I'm assuming Putin's looking at that going, this guy's just disrespectful, And I think
Putin understands Trump has to play to his audience.
Yes, I think he does, but he's still being disrespectful. And I think that won't impress Putin. I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but I think Putin understands Xi more than or Putin and Xi get along better than Putin's ever going to get along with an American president, because Xi, being Chinese, has this whole face thing, Mianzi, you know, where they... And I think the Russians are very similar in their outlook.
That makes sense.
Right.
But I think, I mean, the thing is, at the end of the day, Putin's a very canny chess player. So everything is, I mean, Trump is much more in the moment, and he seems to do things very sort of on the fly. Whereas Putin is much more, plans his moves out 5-6 moves ahead.
Yeah. Yeah, and then, but then Trump goes and posts things like it's very hard, if not impossible, to win a war without attacking an invader's country. It's like a great team in sports that has a fantastic defence, but is not allowed to play offensive. There's no chance of winning. It's like that with Ukraine and Russia. Crooked and grossly incompetent. Joe Biden would not let Ukraine fight back, only defend. How did that work out? Regardless, this is a war that would never have happened if I were president. Zero chance. Interesting times ahead, President Donald J. Trump. I don't think that's a helpful tweet.
No.
Yeah.
But a lot of the stuff he posts on Truth Social is breathtakingly unhelpful.
I think you're right, mate. I think you are very right. I'm sorry, Ursula.
I missed that one. That's funny.
I'm sorry, Ursula. You have to leave the room. The big boys are going to speak now.
Well, absolutely.
That was a cracker. Well, I mean, he's right. She's not a leader, and she's not an elected head of state. She's basically an EU bureaucrat.
Yeah, she's a functionary.
Yeah, a petty functionary.
I mean, she's appointed by the EU leaders, the leaders of the states, effectively.
Right. Why did my I wonder why my chat disappeared there. Oh, it's back. Right, okay, sorry about that. Right. Oh, that's annoying. Right. Carry on. Ignore me. The meeting in Meloni's faces. Yeah, I'd love to play poker against this girl because she can't hide her emotion.
No, she really can't. It's hilarious.
See when what's his name? The Finnish guy was going on about how they fought against the Soviets in the Second World War, and I'm thinking, hold on a minute. I mean, and people have pulled him up on it. He went on at length about how they were they fought against the Soviets in the Second World War, and then nobody seemed to twig at the time that if you were fighting against the Soviets, you were fighting with the Germans.
Well, doesn't the Finnish Air Force still have a swastika as their symbol?
Until last year. They removed it last year.
Oh, they changed it.
Remember,
right.
we actually covered that on.
Oh, yeah, we did, didn't we? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they did. They had a swastika on there as part of their aircraft. What was it? And then they made a big deal about border disputes and things, and they've really not had any border disputes. Certainly not of the kind that caused the SMO, dare I say it. I don't know if I can, because when Ukraine were shelling Donbass for the last 10 plus years and then ramping it up just before the SMO started, I think that's pretty much provocation.
It was very much provocation.
So these headlines really piss me off. So California has got one person with the plague, right? So somebody's caught the plague in California and they're hospitalized. But the plague's endemic in wildlife in California. People get the plague occasionally in California. It just happens because you get bitten by an infected insect or whatever, and you end up with the plague. So it's
But
annoying.
the media they love any
Yeah.
excuse to try and terrify people.
They really do, and that's exactly what they're trying to do, isn't it? That's all they're trying to do. It's almost as if they want another lockdown, don't they? Well, they do.
They love it. There's a section of society that is absolutely pining for more lockdowns.
But the media, they want it because what do people do during lockdowns? They do nothing but watch TV.
Mm.
You know. Right. I shouldn't be laughing, but a Latvian border guard was killed by a landmine planted by his own government to deter Russia. This marks the first fatality since Latvia withdrew from the Ottawa Convention in April, ending its ban on anti-personnel mines. President Edgars Rinkevics personally signed the order.
I mean, I feel sorry for the dude's family. But,
Freaking hell.
I mean, those Baltic Chihuahuas really have issues.
They do have issues, mate. And you know someone else that has issues? This guy, Andrew Neil, for supposedly a smart journalist. He's kind of dense at times, isn't he? You know, I mean, this guy, Kevin McLaughlin, who's still pretending the invasion was unprovoked, is very poor form. And Andrew Neil, still pretending it wasn't unprovoked, now largely the territory of Kremlin bots and their human... I mean, come on, Andrew. Really? Really? I mean, when people like Oliver Stone are making movies that are showing you exactly what happened, from the Maidan and before, and when people like me are making mini movies that show you the same thing, come on, it's not hard, mate. And then all you need to do is look at the stats about the amount of shelling that went into the Donbass from Ukraine just before the SMO started. I just don't get Andrew Neil at all. I just don't get it.
And then he'll wonder why less and less people read the nonsense that they put out.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole thing is absurd. It's like you just have to... He wants you to ignore history, ignore reality, and just believe whatever the propaganda tells you.
David Owen says, Weetabix head, Neil. DW76, yeah, nice to see you, DW. Yeah, he is an annoying person. Right, Chebaz has confirmed this, or he reckons he's confirmed this leak by the Russian hacking group who got into Ukraine's database, and the records of all the soldiers that are killed or missing since the SMO began. And they've got it to 1.7 million Ukrainians dead or missing. That's a lot. I'm afraid it wouldn't
surprise me. It's a lot of people, but it really wouldn't surprise me.
Well, it wouldn't surprise me because they did a prisoner exchange recently, didn't they? And they had 19 Russians for 1,000 Ukrainians.
Mm-hmm.
That is an attrition rate that, that's an attrition rate that you just can't sustain. And, one thing that gets me, Ed, is people on Twitter, there's a lot of them have never been in an actual physical fight because they don't understand. When you hit someone and you're winning and you hurt them, you keep punching at the same bit because you'll hurt them more and eventually they'll stop. And that's kind of what you do in war. So they keep moaning about, Russia not wanting peace. No, Russia does want peace. It just wants peace on its terms. And obviously to get peace on its terms, the easiest way is to win. And when you're winning, you're not going to stop.
No.
It would be foolhardy to. I mean, the best of us are the best war proponents or war generals or whatever say that you don't stop. Sun Tzu says you don't stop when you're winning. You keep going. You just go hard.
That's logical. It makes logical sense.
And we need to hit the siren. For Mr. Nectar Readers, who's dropped us a tenor. You, sir, are a star. An absolute star. Yeah, what's his name? Ray said £340,000 per Ukrainian death payouts times 1.2. Yeah, they'll never pay out, mate. That's why they won't take the bodies, isn't it, as well? Because once they're confirmed, you know, they're duty bound to do the payout. Whereas if they're just missing, you know, they can delay it. But yeah, they're never going to pay out on that. It would bankrupt the country.
Well, they can't even afford to pay salary. If it wasn't for Western money, they wouldn't be able to pay the salaries of their own people.
They're asking what I'm drinking. I'm drinking Shipyard Session Ale, which is from the bottle, a Portland, Maine, USA American Session Pale Ale, 500ml, at 3.4%. A good value for a session ale because you don't want to get drunk too quick. And at £1.11 in Morrison's, I think that's got to be a bargain.
Definitely a bargain.
Not sponsored. Right, moving on. Definitely a bargain. A tenant found to be renting a London council house while living in Ethiopia is among dozens that are having their property seized back. That's crazy. I mean, it's just taking complete advantage of our welfare system, isn't it?
It's absolute piss taking.
Yeah, that's just shocking. That's shocking. I mean, there's piss taking and then there's piss taking. That's just gone too far. Too far. Right. Japanese soldier in the Russian army. Okay. So most of Japan are pigs who just complain about people who think. This is his words, not mine. That's why I came to Russia, because I wanted to die like a warrior and not die like those pigs.
That's pretty harsh.
That's quite deep as well, I think. I don't think that guy's in a happy place, mind you.
No. He certainly doesn't seem to like his home country very much.
Yeah. That's a shame, isn't it? That's a shame. Moving on. This makes me feel quite ill. China's developing a robotic womb and the FDA is reviewing similar technology for premature babies. Now, obviously wouldn't be in a robot. Pardon me, like that.
No, it would be out in a field with loads of other ones, with machines harvesting them and plugging them into bloody power plants.
He's gone full Matrix already. Quick, take the red pill. Take the red pill, Ed. So I think the problem with this is it's a precursor to exactly what you're saying is going to happen. They're going to start, people are going to stop having sex and they're just going to grow kids. And it's not going to work. It's not going to end up well. People that are grown artificially they're not going to be right, are they? I mean, you think how much interaction there is between a mother and their child as it grows within their body.
It would have to be properly Brave New World.
It just wouldn't work. It wouldn't work, would it?
No, but they would have to have all of the conditioning, all of the different roles would need to be replaced. That's why I said you'd have to go full Brave New World, because if you look at how people are raised in that book, and you have the alphas and the betas and the gammas and etc. Yeah, it would have to be very much like that.
So let's have a quick break, or not a break, but what's his name? Where was he? Matthew Blackman says he's drinking Polish mead, 16%. 16%. Bloody hell! Do you like my t-shirt? I got that because I couldn't get a CCCP one because we're all sold out because of Lavrov wearing it on the plane. But yeah, I quite like it. Blue Moon is Cellini. Yeah, I do like a bit of fruit in my, I've got a bit of lemon. See, you know what I had? I had Black Kraken rum with lemon essence, elderflower and blood orange tonic, right? Now, the Black Kraken rum wasn't just regular Black Kraken rum, it was black cherry and vanilla. And that was down to 20 quid. And said Morrison's. So I treated myself. And it's lovely. It's
Sounds
lovely.
dangerous. I like the regular Kraken.
It's only 44%, so it'll be all right.
Famous last words.
Famous last words as stream goes awry. Right, okay, moving on. Keir Starmer, I'm determined to smash the business model used by people smugglers, and I'm taking joint action with our allies to make it happen. Building on our deal with France and renewed international cooperation, our strengthened partnership with Iraq will deter small boat arrivals and secure our borders. Send Rachel Reeves over, pal. She'll soon destroy their business.
Oh, that was such a good reply.
Yeah, that is a cracker. The guy's a nutter, isn't he?
He's just such a gaslighting wanker. It's unbelievable. I mean, is there any? I don't think you can trust a single thing that comes out of his mouth.
What's the partnership with Iraq got to do with it? I mean, nobody that's coming into the country comes from Iraq. They're all Afghans and Somalians, and they're not Iraqis. We don't have a high proportion of Iraqis coming in, unless I'm wrong.
It's all just a big pile of nonsense.
So there's something wrong with our taxation and our health our welfare system. If two parents working full time to earn 150k between them, and two non-working parents who decide to live off benefits, after tax, rent, and childcare, less than 20k a year difference.
It's absolutely batshit crazy,
Isn't it? I think we tax our people too much. We do. There's no need for it. I mean, we're taxing the middle section of our population way too hard.
And the money is just wasted. If you look at what government is spending the money on, it's all just garbage. Like climate change nonsense and overseas aid, and I mean it's just ridiculous.
Moving on. Democracy has arrived on the shores of the country with the largest oil reserves in the world. So did you see this? Mr. Trump has sent 4,000 Marines and probably as many ships as actually exist in the Royal Navy at this moment in time to Venezuela, because can't have you going without democracy. I think maybe it's time we establish some freedom there. And Operation Steal the Oil will proceed.
I personally, I've long thought that the US has treated Venezuela in the absolutely most disgusting way possible. But
it's treated them all
because they got the oil. It's
treated them all like that. I mean, Venezuela, Chile, Panama, what's Ecuador? At one point you could sail your boat into, not that I ever had a boat over there, but you could sail your boat into Venezuela or something like that and get diesel at less than 8 cents a gallon. Oh,
sorry about that.
That's not a problem, mate. So, who's that guy? That's not who are they looking for? Is it Maduro? That's
Maduro.
Is that Maduro? Yeah, they're looking for him, aren't they? Because they stuck a $50,000 or $50 million award on him last week. This is interfering in a sovereign country's internal affairs. Why? Why is that allowed by America, but when somebody else does it, it's, oh, you shouldn't be doing that.
Well, that's just the hypocrisy of the Western world.
Right, moving on. The Egyptian. Did you see this one? This was a video, and obviously I don't play videos because they just get struck. So the Egyptian embassy in New York dragged pro-Hamas protesters into the embassy and then beat them up. It was absolutely mental. They were in there giving these guys a doing. Then the police arrived, and strangely enough, which I thought was weird, the police just burst in to the embassy. I didn't think...
Technically, they're not allowed to do that.
Well, technically, they're entering a foreign country, aren't they? Mm-hmm. So I'm not quite sure what the police were thinking there, because they could end up on the wrong side of the superintendent's desk. Anyway, I'll tell you once about when I get caught on the superintendent's desk. So one night shift, we were mucking about, and I was in the superintendent's office, and the inspector came in and goes, "What the fuck are you doing?" Because I was squatting on the superintendent's desk. And he said, "What the hell are you doing?" I goes, "I'm just practicing for shiting in his cup when I win the lottery." Needless to say, I never won the lottery. The inspector was not best impressed either.
No, I can imagine not.
Yeah, pardon me. Get out and get some work done, he said. "Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 3 bags full, sir." Bemi, I think, could be in a lot of trouble for this one.
I hope so. He's a despicable, disgusting, awful creature.
Yeah, to call someone a terrorist is a bit it's a bit much, and she wasn't one of the instigators, because actually most of the stuff had completed before she made her tweet, hadn't it?
Yeah, it's very libelly.
Yeah, I think he could really be in trouble on this one, which would be good to see, because I'm no regard for the man whatsoever.
None. I hope she takes him to the cleaners.
This was another video, and really, I'll just read it out. It's posted by the guys that get flung out or they get refused service. So, a short story: 2 black guys go to a Chinese restaurant. "Can we have a table for 2? No blacks." That end. I told you, the Chinese don't like black people. They just don't like them. Moving on. Speaking of China, Russia, China, India and Bangladesh agreed to build a strategic oil pipeline to reduce cost and to bypass the US or possible sanctions. Yeah, right across from Russia all the way to India. Bloody hell.
It makes perfect sense.
It does, yeah, it does.
And I mean, because they're doing as much as they can to bypass the West and stop, because take away Western countries' ability to impose sanctions anytime they like.
Well, actually, you're just nipping back to the last one. If you watch the video, David, the tables actually were set. They were just weirdly piled up as if you had to sit. I think they were like, the tablecloths were piled up, and when you sat down, they would then put the tablecloth down, because the guys walked around the restaurant and there were people sitting eating. So I don't think it was a function. Right, moving on. And they said that other people came in and sat down and ate after them, Chinese people. Right, moving on. Met's police facial recognition plans fall foul of European law, says Watchdog. Use of cameras at Notting Hill Carnival could have chilling effect on people's rights. Well, I think these things. I think the UK, being one of the most surveilled states in the entire world, has gone too far.
Much too far. And that facial recognition tech, it fails sometimes.
Yeah. Yes,
when it fails, it can cause all sorts of problems.
Yeah, well, somebody got wrongfully arrested for it. So I think they're going to court, against the police because it was picked out and it wasn't them. And it will.
I mean, how many more bloody cameras do we need anyway?
I just don't like it. I don't like, especially now when you've got AI generating video that's almost undetectable. It's getting to the point that AI is going to make you do. I mean, you've seen movies about it, right? You've seen movies about people getting set up, having evidence of them killed somebody and they didn't really do it, and it was all a frame up. But it's getting to the point now that you won't be able to trust video evidence. So you're going to have to throw it out of court, or you're going to have to exclude it from court. Video evidence, unless it's an unbroken chain. And this is the thing that gets me about people that, film people on their phones and things like that, and then report it to the police, and the police say, send us a video because we'll take it to court. There's no unbroken chain there. That's really dubious evidence. I think a good lawyer should be able to pick that apart.
Yeah, I think so too. I think the whole thing is very Orwellian.
Yeah, and dystopian as well, isn't it? Right, moving on. Right, so this has caused a lot of concern amongst people. So this week, the Home Office awarded contracts worth over $1 million to prepare for a mass fatality event, including capacity to store up to 700 bodies. What exactly are they expecting? Well, you know what? This is called emergencies planning, because see, if you have a mass casualty event, where the hell are you going to get the stuff if you don't already have it? So you have to have it on hand, and you have to have it stored and distributed so you can call upon it if it's needed. It's called emergencies planning. And all councils do it, all police officers do it, or not police officers, police forces, all fire service do it, the NHS does it. It's called emergencies planning. So why wouldn't the government do it? Because you need these things if these things happen. I mean, two jumbo jets crash over London. Imagine what would happen. Imagine the casualties.
Yeah, but we still have an evil bastard government that nobody trusts. When people see stories like this, it's kind of understandable that they're going to start reading shit into it.
Yeah, but they're going too far, aren't they, really? I mean, you've got to have this capability available to you. I mean, it's even like, the police will put a contract out every year to buy cones. What are they planning for? Mass protests. Because they're buying so many cones. But you need cones because what happens? They fucking disappear. They go on top of that guy riding the horse, the Duke of Wellington in George Square. But anyway, that Glasgow accounts for half the cones in the police force. Right. What's the chat saying about that? Didn't they do something similar before the coup? Well, but in what respect, Shalini? Do something similar like what? I'm not sure quite what you mean. It was also done in advance of the 2012 London Olympics. Well, of course it would be, because they had missile launchers on roofs in 2012 in London. Do you remember seeing them? They put missile launchers on roofs in the city of London in case somebody decided to attack the Olympics.
It's what they do.
They do. And it's not just our royal family that are wrong-uns, is it?
No, clearly not.
Clearly.
He's a dodgy-looking little so-and-so.
He looks a bit like that guy, King Joffrey out of Game of Thrones, doesn't he?
He does have a bit of Joffrey going on there.
He's got a bit of Joffrey's peccadillos as well, I think. Right, moving on. It's Kaka's Corner! The EU has no intention to trust any agreements with Russia and will continue training Ukrainian forces while we introduce new sanctions on Moscow, said the EU Foreign Policy Chief Kaka Kallas.
She is just so useless and so irrelevant and so
I know.
pointless.
I know. This was in Glasgow. This guy was detained. I don't know why he was detained, but he was on the street being detained for wearing a Plasticine Action t-shirt. There was a guy arrested in London, or I think it was the Met, arrested a guy, then de-arrested him. Because it was pointed out that he was supporting Morph and not a terrorist group. So the actual t-shirt, you can see that wee red smudge thing on the t-shirt and the O of the action. That's a picture of Morph. Remember Morph, for the claymation guy? Yeah. So Plasticine Action is not an offence. Oh God, it's just wrong.
But it's just making a mockery of something that needs to have a mockery made of it.
It's not just Glasgow next to read this. England did it as well, mate. But it's ridiculous. Morph and Chaz, that's it. I don't know. Would he have a case for wrongful arrest even though he was there? I think he would have, wouldn't he? Because he was taken out his way.
He might have a case for harassment.
Well, this guy might have a case for harassment, but the guy in London, I think if he was taken to a police station, he's got a better case, because then he's actually been removed from a lawful place for no reason. Arrest Tony Hart. Tony Hart, public enemy #1. Somebody should make a poster of that. Yeah. Right, moving to the woods around this in the south of Scotland, around Jedburgh, where the kingdom of Kubala was established. Did you hear about this one, Ed?
No.
An African couple who claim they are part of a lost African tribe say they are facing persecution after setting up home in the Scottish woodlands. The kingdom of Kubala claims they have settled in a forest in Jedburgh to reclaim land that was stolen from their ancestors 400 years ago. Now, the plot thickens, because not only did they find a missing American woman in this group, right? But the kingdom of Kubala has been set on fire and destroyed. The Queen of Kubala is accusing Jedburgh residents of burning their tents. Maybe they should take the hint and go back to Africa. Now, you got to think, if you know history at all, it's the Romans. Remember the glorious ninth disappeared. Remember? Romans did not go on well in Scotland. So, you guys, I think you need more than just a couple of guys on a sheet. A group of people gathered in person who think that Atlanta, Georgia is actually the lost city of Atlantis. It was inhabited by black people, and they're gathering to summon an energy vortex to resume the spirit of Atlantis.
That just every time I think the world couldn't possibly get more mental, something like this happens.
Oh, it's crazy. And oh, goodness gracious, I've just noticed our background is remarkably similar to what these people are painting in potholes. How to get a pothole filled in. Why does that? Yeah.
It seems to be the way.
Oh, yeah. And obviously they carried on with painting many roundabouts, putting flags up on posts. So there's been a lot of action by people putting up flags, and the Birmingham Council actually released a statement today saying that they found that it was funded by the far right, by Tommy Robinson and other far right groups, and that it was deliberate, almost terrorist-like actions to make other people feel uneasy and persecuted. So it's absurd. I know. Birmingham Council can't collect the bins or fill in potholes, but they can clean those roundabouts like boom within 12 hours of the thing going down.
Priorities.
Yeah, priorities. Don't let the people have priority. Researchers call for obesity to be renamed to avoid shaming people. Let's just call them fat. How about that? Why can't we shame people? I think you need a bit of shaming. You need a bit of fat shaming to get rid of it. It helps. I don't think it does any harm.
Especially considering that obesity is not healthy.
Exactly. So yeah, just get tore into them. Right, horror story looms as children get stuffed animals powered by AI. Yeah, this just doesn't. That's
creepy.
It doesn't sound good at all, doesn't it? And
No.
what could possibly go right here? This is not something that I think we would want to condone.
No, if I had children, I would not be buying them stuff like that.
This was another video, mate. Nothing to see here. Just a policeman conducting a search and secretly filmed stealing a woman's knickers. So
What the hell is wrong with people?
he opened that. See the drawer, the second one down. It's open. He took out the pink thing in his hand that he's stuffing into his back pocket as a set of scanties, which he actually went like that, to see. Oh, yes, they look nice. So he then shoved them in his back pocket, and I'm thinking, how sick do you need to be, right, to take a pair of freshly laundered knickers from a drawer? I mean, they're not even used. What possible use could he have for them?
Yeah, it's very, very strange. Very disturbing behaviour.
At least those ones in Japanese buying cans have been used. Anyway, moving on. Now, Church of Bacon, because it's illegal to say you like bacon in London now, apparently you get arrested. So some guy said he liked bacon, and he was arrested because that could be offensive to the Muslims that he was saying it to.
I like bacon.
I like bacon. It's just based in Las Vegas, Nevada. The United Church of Bacon has 25,000 members. The church's mission statement is "Hail Bacon, full of grease, the lard is with thee." They perform wedding ceremonies, fundraisers for other charities, and follow their very own 8 bacon commandment. 8 bacon.
That's brilliant.
Bacon is our god because bacon is real. I like their style. I might have to look into the Church of Bacon. Now, this next one is it's a guy running for political office or something like that. But I just can't get over this guy's hat. I thought it was like a ginger rug.
That's very strange.
What?
Very strange hat.
That is weird, isn't it? It's like a set of curtains. He looks like a freaking cartoon character. Oh, I just found it bizarre. DW's off to look in the freezer and see if he's got any bacon. So apparently some children, according to the Daily Mail, find spending time in nature distressing because it can trigger feelings of anxiety and despair like the climate change. Bollocks! That is bollocks! This is nuts! What are they trying to do to people? Trying to make them into walking anxiety attacks?
Well, that basically seems to be the case, and that's what they're doing with the kids in school as well.
Mm-hmm. I mean, what was that? I read a tweet before the show, and it said something like a guy was sitting in a train, and some young person came up and said, "I booked that seat," and the guy said, "That's fine." He goes, and he got up, and he goes, "There's your seat," and she goes, "I've got anxiety, He goes, "It's okay, you don't need to explain. You booked a seat. There's your seat." He goes, "But I've got anxiety." And he's like, "Okay, fucking sit down." But yeah, what are we turning people into? We're turning people into Muppets. It's great. I just don't like it. I don't like it. I think being too soft on people is is not helping. It's not helping to make you a healthy adult, you know, and pandering to kids and letting them do what they like and not putting down proper boundaries and things like that. It doesn't help. It really doesn't, because putting a kid in front of, I mean, we had this discussion last week, putting a kid in front of a screen is the worst thing you can do, especially when they're young, because they shouldn't be in front of a screen, because their eyes need constant in and out to develop, and you put them on a screen, their eyes are stuck at one focal length. That's why nearly all kids these days have glasses. Look at me. I'm not even wearing glasses at this age because I never spent any time in the house. I was always out playing. Don't know about you, Ed. You were maybe a sickly child.
No, I was never a sickly child. I haven't been a sickly adult either until recently.
I'm only kidding, mate. I'm kidding. Have you always had bad eyesight, though?
I've got an astigmatism because I used to read a lot as a kid.
Yeah, I read constantly. I read a lot. But anyway, moving on. The Israeli ambassador to the UN took a brick out from under the table and answered why it was necessary to kill thousands of women and children. It's because of this stone. They throw these stones at us every day. What would you do? This is an adult making that argument for shooting unarmed people. Sorry. They're armed with bricks. I mean, you're not even within distance for them to hit you. I don't get it, mate. I mean, I don't like either side. You know that. You know my stance. Just let them go on with it. But that's an adult trying to make an argument about killing people for throwing bricks.
But that particular ambassador is a really rather disgusting individual.
Yeah, that's just wrong. Wrong on so many counts. Right. Gab is officially unblocked to UK. We're calling Ofcom's bluff. Since we know that we're behind our recent payment processor ban, the processor was a UK company who did international processing for us, we are done playing games with foreign flamers. Quite right, mate. You know, and this is probably because of, what's her name? Did you see the Reddit? Not the Reddit, the 4chan one.
4chan.
So Ofcom decides they're going to fine 4chan, and 4chan basically sends them a letter back from the lawyers saying, "Fuck off. We're American and we can do what we like. If you don't like it, tough." And you know that's kind of the way it is, isn't it?
Well, that's how all these online platforms should be dealing with that nonsense.
Yeah.
They should not be pandering to it at all.
They shouldn't. They should not. And you know, people like Musk who kind of kowtowed to it and has done to the EU as well, and people like Google and I think Apple's also done it with their extra encryption thing that nobody ever used anyway. But you know, this is how BlackBerry lost their business. Remember, because nobody had access to BlackBerry's servers. Nobody had a backdoor, and it was well known that nobody had a backdoor. Not even the NSA, because nobody could read any BlackBerry's messages. And then Saudi Arabia pestered until they got a backdoor in that one server in Saudi Arabia, and that was it. BlackBerry's credibility was gone out the window. Bye BlackBerry, and gone. And everybody had a BlackBerry at one point. You remember?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 2010, 2011, 2012. Everybody had a BlackBerry. Every business had a BlackBerry. Every government had a BlackBerry. It was all done on BlackBerries, and then it was just gone. It's like, this is like we were talking about earlier on with the plague victims, Ed, isn't it? Warning is deadly suitcase viruses that destroy organs and trigger brain swelling spreads across the UK and Europe. Cases have reached record levels in England. So if the record was 1 and you get 2, then you get another 1, you've reached record levels, haven't you?
Yeah, it's just the usual nonsense.
It really is. It's fear-mongering for the sake of fear-mongering. Now, this next tweet, it's I thought quite poignant because it's quite true when you think back. Where have all the colour gone in our world? Because look at cars in the 80s and look at cars in 2025. And, you know, there was a brilliant amount of colour. Do you remember? In fact, it might even have been as late as the late 90s or early 2000s. Do you remember that Polo that was made with all different coloured panels as if they'd just got all the spare parts and they would just put a different panel and everything? I mean, you don't get colours anymore. Look at our cars. You look at a car park and they're all bland. They really are. You know? I think we're missing something.
Even the ones that have got some colour, it's fairly muted colour. But then there's also some people that just go over the top. I've seen mustard-coloured Lamborghinis. There's one that drives around Brighton. And it's just, okay.
Let me guess. Do you think the guy has an ethnic background that comes from not quite the Middle East, but close to it?
Quite possibly. They seem to be the only ones that have any money.
Yeah. Oh. You posted this. You can read it out.
Wake up and immediately look at a small screen before clocking 8 hours behind a medium screen. Take a few breaks to check in on small screen. Go home and spend a few hours staring at a big screen to wind down before getting into bed and looking at a small screen, living the dream.
It's kind of true, isn't it?
It kind of is.
And Ray puts us all straight. Bright colours fade and lose value. There you go.
It's a fair point from Ray.
Newsflash, Ray. We all fade and lose value, mate. We all fade and lose value. Vladimir Putin personally gifted an Alaskan man a brand new Russian-built Euro motorcycle. That was nice of him, wasn't it, Ed?
I love this story. It's typical Putin.
He didn't give me one, though.
Yeah, but this chap was riding around on an aging Soviet-era bike.
Yeah, I know. He did them well.
And also just Putin showing off the fact that the Russians are still making stuff.
Yeah, and he couldn't get parts for it because of the sanctions. Titanic wreck to be visited by another billionaire 2 years. That's 2 years since the Ocean Gate disaster. Good grief.
Wow.
That's ridiculous. Can't believe that. Right, hold on. DW76 says that's twice now that John's missed it. What have I missed? Need that's true. Oh, that's true. Yeah, you're right. I'm not picking up on that's true. That's true. There you go. Could you hear that all right, people? Was it loud enough? Can let me know.
Probably not loud enough. The klaxon wasn't really loud enough either.
Oh, was it not? Hold on, let's try that. Is that better?
Yes.
And isn't it ironic?
That better? Is that better,
Yeah.
people? Right, cool.
That's true.
Okay, so this was tweeted recently, like in the last day. Breaking Walgreens is under backlash after shoppers noticed that they have started selling cards exclusively for black people. Hallmark mahogany. Does anyone else think this is whack? That's fucked up, isn't it? Well, apparently they've been doing this since 1987. So it's not really breaking, is it, Dom Le Carré, breaker of narratives, you twat? That guy's just he's just a grifter, isn't he?
Yeah, now he's an engagement farmer.
Yeah. That's a cracker.
Yeah, this one was good.
Tim Pool. A group of white people is called a cracker barrel. Germanic friend. A group of retards is called a Timcast. And bloody hell, this guy, I mean, that when I took that clip on the 17th of August, right, he was halfway there to beating, the figures on Tim's post. I think he's going to beat them. I need to have a check of that. Right. Stephen Greenstreet, Avi Loeb will claim this is an alien spaceship in 3, 2, 1. NASA Web has spotted something new around Uranus. A previously unknown moon was discovered circling the planet, expanding its orbital family to 29. 29 moons has Uranus. Did you know that?
I didn't.
Oh, there you go. They're not big though. They're just little moons that orbit Uranus.
Just for the record.
Sorry?
I've never been particularly interested in Uranus, just for the record.
So that's the other thing that's coming in. This Atlas object that people are now saying is producing its own light. So on July the 21st, 2025, Hubble locked its eye onto the newest interstellar visitor to our solar system, 3I Atlas. What it revealed doesn't fit the usual category of comet or asteroid. The data is weird. So apparently it's got a tail, but it's going the wrong way. It's going towards the sun instead of away from it. It seems to be generating its own light. And now Avi Loeb from Harvard has said it could be nuclear powered. This guy just wants it to be aliens. It's not going to be. It's just not going to be. Right. I was shocked by this next one, mate. I was shocked by that. I mean, I know we were talking about obesity earlier, but Nelly Furtado, what happened?
Holy moly.
Yeah, holy fucking moly. Indeed.
Cheeseburgers by the look of it.
Multiple and without exception. That's just wrong.
Yeah, that's called letting yourself go.
It was a fine looking girl. Oh, bloody hell. Right, I'm going to read you a little story. Frustrations of dating as a 37-year-old female. It seems like no matter how much dating I do, both online and in real life, it's always the same story. The guys I'm attracted to are not attracted to me back, and the guys that are attracted to me are guys I'm not attracted to. I do get lots of messages online. The quantity of the messages is not the problem. The problem is the quality. The other day I got a really well thought out message from a guy on OkCupid that was tailored to my profile description. I was ecstatic. But then I looked at his profile pic and I saw it was an Indian guy. When this happened, I just broke down and started crying because the fact that he made the effort to write such a well thought out message means he thought he had a chance with me, and this made me feel like I am ugly.
People have issues.
This is like reading the agony column, isn't it? That's tremendous. Yeah, okay. How dare an Indian guy even try? I'm not showing the video, but I don't even have a still. But did you see the two Indian guys that drove the truck across? They basically turned left across the freeway to go through a break in the Central Reserve that they shouldn't have been going through, and managed to decapitate a family of 3 who ran into their truck and didn't react at all. I couldn't believe it. I mean, there was no reaction. It was just like, oh, yeah, somebody's crashed. I mean, these guys are unbelievable. So the guy that was driving the truck had what's called a what do they call it now? Something like an English, a basic English test or something, and he only got 2 right out of 12. And when shown road signs, only got 1 correct out of every 4. So how the fuck did he get issued a license, a commercial driving license to drive an Arctic? So they've both been arrested. Both been arrested in California and extradited back to Florida.
Absolutely bonkers.
Oh, and apparently the driver, the Indian driver, demolished a bridge somewhere else previously. Yeah, bloody hell, that's shocking. I think the Ray says the driver didn't even slow down. It was weirder than the car. Well, he probably did, but you know what? The trailer was pure white, and if it had been an overcast day, he probably didn't really notice it. And you'd be surprised how many people don't look far enough ahead when they're driving, because they don't notice things that are happening just down the road. And then everything's an emergency because it comes upon them really quickly. Whereas if they'd actually just lifted their eyes a bit and looked a wee bit further down the road, you'd find that there wouldn't have been an emergency in the first place. Yeah, even so, you don't expect to see an Arctic across 3 lanes of traffic. And so this guy goes obsessed at the fact she's writing this from a Muslim country she's moved to avoid British taxis. Well, okay, right. Shoplifters can steal sausages with impunity, but mention bacon to a Muslim and the police come running. It doesn't make her argument any less valid, does it? Does it?
No.
No. So, you still got to listen. Well, you don't have to listen to her, but I think her argument is valid. And that's back to the Church of Bacon. Bacon, our God. What Londoners really think of your mayor.
Oh, this one's brilliant.
Yeah, isn't it?
It needs to become a thing.
Mm.
It needs to be a trend.
It should be. It should be. Right. The difference between men and women. My husband spent 4 days with 9 of his oldest friends. I asked them if there was any news about their marriages, kids, families, jobs, etc. He said no. I asked what they talked about. He said they mostly tried to name every state capital and then every African country. My boyfriend just asked me to marry him 2 days ago. I'm so excited. 2 days and you didn't tell me. I might have to rethink our friendship. Hey, bro, I got married 3 years ago, but I forgot. Congrats, bro. I was starting to think you were gay. So, it's kind of true. I remember I was sitting in a, where were we? Somewhere in France, right? And I was talking to about 3 or 4 biker guys. We went down to a alley rally, and we were just sitting having a beer and chatting, and we spent 2 hours discussing whether an ant could survive and how an ant could survive getting flicked off the arm of a chair.
That's the kind of thing blokes talk about.
Cats. Now, this next one is particular relevance for me after watching the conversation, because I don't think I've ever said it out loud, but I fucking hate jazz. Passengers stuck on a delayed flight to Seattle got an unexpected concert from a jazz band. How to make a bad situation even more unbearable. I hate jazz. It's a diatribe of auditory masturbatory nonsense. It really is. Hell on earth, says Ray. There's something we agree on. If I said I was wearing a something action t-shirt, would you get here quicker? Yeah. That's in Private Eye this week, I believe. So have you noticed the amount of people that immediately just jump onto your tweets with, Rock, is this true?
Yeah, it's a plague at the moment.
Yeah, I think it's been happening for a lot longer than just AI, mate. That's the kind of mentality. That's the kind of mentality of these people. Now, this one is yours. And before anyone says anything, this is Ed's, okay? This isn't mine. And it's fucking brutal. Absolutely brutal. You know what one this is, don't you, Ed?
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
Oh, I don't know why that one tickled me, but I thought it was funny.
Yeah, that's brutal. Brutal. Right, moving on. We've only got 3 left. We've ripped through them tonight, but it's probably a good thing because I think you're kind of suffering, aren't you?
I'm struggling a little bit.
Right. Guy accidentally shoots himself in the face after the bullet ricocheted off an armadillo.
Armadillo.
I think, yeah, the post below from Carmadillo. That's a classic, isn't it? You know, you're in a foreign country when you're driving along the road and the roadkill are armadillos. Right, next. New York Post never lets us down. Zombie squirrels covered in oozing warts spotted skulking through US backyards. They're probably infected with the plague because they cause bubonic pustules, don't they?
Mm-hmm. I think so. Zombie squirrels. I mean, what the hell?
It's just back to, you know, more hype and whatever. Oh, right. Is there anything else we need to talk about?
Can't think of anything.
Is there any new people want to talk about out there? Is there anything that you're desperate to share? Talk to me. And even Shalini's still up. Shalini's still up. That's tremendous. I've actually done a whole show and Shalini's been here for the whole show.
Wow.
Wow. That deserves a siren. You know, that will wake you up if you were starting to go to sleep. No, she's going to catch up on Gab. I don't think I've ever been on Gab. Is it worth it?
Yeah, like Christian Facebook.
It's like Christian Facebook.
Kinda.
What you mean? It's like a fire sale, you know. I mean,
No.
Facebook's just an advert now for like yard sales and garage sales and
Yeah,
car
I mean,
boot
Gab
sales.
it's a bit more what Facebook used to be like, but it's very heavily slanted towards the religious end of the spectrum.
Oh God, I'm not going to get down well there then. Yeah, I'll maybe stay off it. Ray says it's anti-semantic. Yeah, I'd probably best stay away from it if it's at all religious. My religious beliefs need to be kept to myself, don't they?
Yeah, generally speaking.
Yeah. I watched the conversation, Ed. Did I tell you?
Mm-hmm.
Because you know how you said I should because Frankie was all upset that I hadn't watched it yet. So I watched it. And I've written a review. I haven't recorded it yet, but I've written it. And I think he's going to like the review. Now, this is supposed to be one of the best movies ever made. Right? And I think there's a reason I'd never seen it. Because it's just awful. It really is awful. I don't get it. I just don't get it. I mean, maybe it hasn't aged well, right? But other movies from that era aged brilliantly, you know, like Serpico and Bullet. There's loads of good movies from that era. So I just don't understand.
Well, each to their own. People have their own individual tastes.
Well, soldiers in Bulgaria, that's where he is. He asked where he was when he posted his picture of himself on a balcony, and I said a balcony. Well, that was quite accurate. Then he said, no, but where on the balcony? And I said, 3/4 of the way along it. At that point, I think he started ignoring me.
Can't say I blame him.
The movie was The Conversation, Ray. The Conversation. Gene Hackman. 74? 74? 75? Something like that. 74 maybe. But yeah. Oh. I tell you, and it's not a short movie either. It's just...
I've never seen it.
Yeah. It's not a great movie. Not a great movie, mate. And the twist...
You haven't sold it to me.
Oh, yeah, I know. I need to do some more reviews. I think my last review went down. My last review generated some star weapons. That was awful. That wasn't a great movie either, but some people seem to like it. But it's not a horror movie. It's just crap. It's like jump scare. And, you know, we're tired of jump scares now, aren't we? We want a bit of intelligence in our horror. And this just didn't do it for me. And it was a great premise. You know, a whole class of kids disappears one night at 2:17 a.m. They all just get up and walk away, apart from one of them. And it's like, yeah, great premise, but never follows through on it. Just poor. I was not impressed. Not impressed at all. What's coming up in the movies? Tron. Are you interested in seeing Tron? Ed?
Hang on.
Nope. Oh, he's going to cough.
I've seen both the original one and the remake.
Yeah, but are you interested in seeing Ares? Tron Ares? That's coming out in September, I think.
Not massively.
Ray said he hated Tron. I liked the first one. Second one was okay. I liked the first one, but then again, that was very much set in its time, you know. Anyone watched Alien Earth? First 2 episodes are out on Apple TV or on the high seas. If you
I have it downloaded, ready to watch, but a friend of mine watched it and didn't seem impressed. So
starts well. It kind of starts to lose its way quite quickly, though, I think. Read the critical... listened to the Critical Drinkers review of Alien Earth, and you know what? I think he's losing his edge. I think it's ripe for the takeover. I think the Grumpy Scott could be right in there. You know?
You should do it.
Yeah, he's not as funny as me. He's too wrapped up in his highfalutin, I'm a film critic, don't you know, kind of thing, you know. Whereas I just give it, I think I described one scene in something of one of the Star Wars movies like a one-legged cat trying to bury a turd on a marble floor. It's entertaining to watch, but it's never going to get the job done. Anyway, right, the new Superman was awful. I did not like the new Superman one little bit. Thought the guy Corin Sweat was too wet. The dog was abysmal. Supergirl just shouldn't have been there. She looks like white trash. She sounds like white trash. I just did not like... And the whole premise, the whole thing was actually caused by Superman, you know? Or because it was caused by the people trying to rescue Superman from his prison, because they left the fucking thing open after telling us that if they leave this thing open, it could cause real problems. So yeah, A self-generated, self-fulfilling prophecy. Well done. Yeah, Snowflake Man, you're right enough. Yeah. It wasn't okay. Did Vaughn like it, Shalini? What did Vaughn think of Superman? I kind of eviscerated it, I think. Oh, not as much as some, though. Not as much as some. Right. I think we'll call it a night then, Ed. Let you get off to your little bed.
Yeah, no, I could do with that. It's been a fun show, but after that procedure on my throat, I'm a bit croaky and scratchy.
Yeah. So hopefully you get the results and everything will be going better.
1st of September, I've got an appointment, so...
Cool. That's not too far away.
No.
They never do anything quickly, though, do they? The NHS.
Well, things have to be analysed and stuff. I mean, it's all happening pretty quickly. So.
Yeah. Good. Right. Okay. One last slide that you can ponder as you think about drifting off to sleep tonight, can't you? Good night, everyone. Sleep tight. Don't let those bed bugs bite. It's been great for you. Doesn't he look sweet?
That's so creepy.
Love you all. See you next
Night, guys.
week.
Welcome to my party, we're just getting started. A life is a dream or a nightmare scarring. Hand me a drink cause I think I'm going all in. Get me a shrink who can catch me when I'm falling. Cover up my scars, flip the handlebars. Crashing in my car, wake up in a bar. I'll be a superstar, just on my avatar. This world is so bizarre, empty out the reservoir. Yeah, I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy, don't think I'll get home safe. So I'm taking 6 shots all straight to the face. I'm taking 6 shots, are you coming with me? I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy, don't think I'll get home safe. So I'm taking 6 shots all straight to the face. I'm taking 6 shots, are you coming with me? Sometimes you need to let loose, grab juice, get goose, tattoos, taboos, get screwed. Loosen up, buttercup, all those hate comments will never make you feel enough. We're all adequate graduates, heart full of calluses, but we know calculus. Damn, ain't that fabulous? Can't wait to apply all those mathematicus. But we can't get a job that pays us enough. I'm about to pop off. Fuck you, you're lost. We all know that we never really want a boss. So I'ma do what I want to, something I can't undo. Yeah, I'ma do what I want to, something I can't undo. I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy, don't think I'll get home safe. So I'm taking 6 shots all straight to the face. I'm taking 6 shots, are you coming with me? I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots